A few weeks ago, from the 22nd to the 24th of September, I traveled to Orlando, Florida for CEOTaku 2023. For those unaware, the event is an anime-themed fighting game tournament/convention held annually, and it's one of my personal favorite events. Fun fact, 2018's version was the first major tournament I had gone to, period, and it was an amazing experience. For this event, I was going to be quite busy. I was participating in 3 main games: Super Naruto Clash of Ninja 4, Melty Blood Actress Again Current Code, and Melty Blood Type Lumina. I would also be volunteering and running 2 official side events, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Super Smash Bros. 64, the latter of which I would be competing in as well. This is definitely a lot of things to do, but I believed I had the stamina to do it all. Alright, enough preamble. Let's talk about the first day, Day 0. As I've done before, and shall do again, I always try to travel the Thursday before a large event to get situated early. This was no exception, even if I lived in the same state. Making the drive to the city, I made it to the hotel that would be my base for the weekend, the Embassy Suites. Now, disclaimer, due to my employment, it is cheaper for me to book here, which is important to note as we look at my room. I had a few options for rooms here. 2 2-queen options and a third 2-queen option, but this one had an entire conference room attached to it.
Damn, I got a whole conference table? That's raw. They got a whiteboard? That's too bad I don't have a marker.
I chose the latter option, hoping to hold a fest for the other Melty people today or tomorrow, or even meet up with some P+ people and game in the space, but neither of those options panned out, so instead, I used it like this.
Anyways, yeah.
With my room secured, I quickly readjusted myself and headed out to the Wyndham Hotel, the location for CEOTaku, to grab my badge. The theme for the event, which changes every year, was based off of Final Fantasy VII, as this is the 7th one. Crazy. After waiting in no line, I briefly met up with some Melty folks for games before getting in my car and hopping on the worst road in Florida, I-4. Arkma, you may ask in a confuzzled manner. Why are you going on that godforsaken road? Well, I was meeting up with some local friends at Chuan Lu, a Chinese restaurant that they frequent in downtown that I had never been to before. Unfortunately, traveling from point A to point B in Orlando means taking at least a 30-minute drive, and this time it meant also taking I-4. Soon enough, I got there and met up with my friends, where we chatted and dined. This set the mood super well for the weekend. The vibes were high, the conversation was fun, and the food was delicious.
You got that Domon John?
Can I have it?
Oh, wow,
nice throw.
Chopsticks are dead ass, bro.
I wasn't recording shit.
Now this is sustenance.
Yes.
Don't
Do it. This is a pineapple one.
It's pretty good. I love pineapple.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Sorry, I already did.
Also, note, I was still trying to get used to my camcorder, so I'm a bit more zoomed in from time to time. I apologize for that.
Oh, that shit is good.
Our shit busted.
Fucking round, bro.
So we are now on the way to. We gotta zoom it out a little bit. It's like, yeah, there we go.
Getting some ice cream.
Yeah.
After the feast concluded, we walked a few minutes to a Filipino ice cream place called Sampaguita, where I got a delicious milkshake.
Oh, is this it? Sampaguita.
Yeah,
All right.
like an olive.
I'm gonna try the shake. It's ube milkshake. I just realized I have my mask on.
What's the review, Ark?
That's good. It's got like a thicker like undertaste. It's like almost darker, but like not bitter dark. But it's still very sweet. Very good. It's a solid 9 out of 10. I got no complaints. I also got just water. Just water. If I open this up later and there's something else other than water in there, I'm going to die.
After this, I headed back to my hotel room and got some sleep. Honk and shoo. Friday arrived and I woke up early to grab breakfast. I got a lot of food. I am a free breakfast fiend when traveling, and this particular Embassy Suites had a few things that I hadn't seen at other ones in my travels. After consuming an immense amount of food, I headed to the venue to scope out the area. Before the festivities even began, a small group had formed in the lobby with setups. As for me, I vibed while pondering my schedule. For Friday, I first had MBAC at 2 p.m., then Naruto at 4 p.m., and I finished the day by TOing Smash Ultimate at 8 p.m. There is a caveat to that 8 p.m. time, as TOing isn't something you just show up and do in an hour. I had a decent amount of signups already, and I needed to make sure the bracket was somewhat seated before the final count cemented at 7 p.m. So I parked in the hallway near the Cooper Hawk, set up my TO laptop, and went to work. Once I was satisfied, I rewarded myself with some lunch at Cooper's Hawk. Cooper's Hawk is like a winery restaurant. Whenever an event is at the Wyndham, I go at least once for the fish sandwich. It is very good. I also had some wine, but instead of trying to decipher myself at the time, I'll at least say it was very good. After some bread, I got a Caesar salad since I wasn't too hungry. I wanted to make sure I had something before my bracket since I wasn't sure if I would have time for dinner, but I would return for my sandwich another time. Alright, MBAC time, as it's now 2 p.m. I have successfully time warped you. My bracket went as well as I wanted. A very close round 1 loss into 2 wins before getting knocked out, but everything felt doable. I think the main thing I need is more practice versus people since I was not sure about some matchups. If you want to see any of these matches, I uploaded all the sets I recorded to my channel, link below. Next up was Naruto, which I don't have much footage for. I had no practice except for 15 minutes prior, where I remembered part of my B&B with Sakura before hopping in. I ended up going 1-2, with my only win being against Jabali, Mr. CEO himself. I did have a lot of fun, and I recommend hopping into the game if you're interested. It's a pretty simple fighter, but the depth in it is really cool. So now you'd expect me to warp us to my final duty of the day, right? Well, you're wrong. Before Naruto started, I stopped by Starry Massages and Wellness, a vendor who was not selling posters or figures, but massages and wellness. It really is in the name. If you don't know me, the work I typically do has me lifting and moving around a lot, so I can get a bit stiff. So any chance to loosen up is super helpful. They were at CEO this year as well, but by the time I decided to try, they were already fully booked. But now, after Naruto, it was time for my appointment. No footage here, but I did the 50-minute massage, and it was the whole shebang. Bed and everything. It was a great experience, and I felt so amazingly great afterwards. I also booked a subsequent appointment the next day just for my arms and wrists, just to be ready for Melty. I now made my way to the side events area, which was just outside the room where Naruto was. At 8 p.m., Smash Ultimate was set to start, and I needed to get ready. First, I had to set up the Nintendo Switches at the monitors so that people could actually play the game. Shout out to Juicy Game Night for providing me with their setups. They usually host a weekly in Oviedo every Wednesday that includes Smash Ultimate, and I wouldn't have been able to run the event without them. Once I finished with that, I had to do some more seating once registration closed at 7. After some technical issues with the internet, the bracket was ready to go. After corralling everyone to me and explaining the rules, players started playing. I recorded a good amount of sets on my webcam. Arkema, why did you put that in the script? That's the camcorder. I recorded a good amount of sets on my camcorder and uploaded a compilation of them, which you can find a link to in the description. All in all, the bracket ran smoothly, and it was great to see how much crossover there was between Smash and the greater fighting game community. By 11 p.m., Grands was done, and I was packing up. I was exhausted and ready to grab some food. I shot some footage as karaoke blared around the hall, but as I put the camera down, a new song started playing, and a good amount of players ran out of the Citrus Ballroom, where Naruto was.
Okay, they just started singing one of the Naruto songs, and everyone, they got so excited. People were running out of the Naruto room.
After that, I formally went to my hotel room, after picking up a Five Guys burger.
Gamers.
After waking up from a good night of sleep exhausted, I got breakfast and headed out to the venue. My gaming schedule today was Melty Blood Type Lumina at 2 p.m. and Smash 64 at 7 p.m. However, I planned to be there before 12 p.m. pools so that I could record sets for Melty, since Lumina pools wouldn't be streamed. However, I actually needed to be at the venue at 10 a.m. Why this revolving door of times? Well, I had my appointment for my hand and arm massage, so that takes precedent. After my arms and hands were prepped and ready, I made my way to the Lumina pools to record it, and there were a lot of good sets that happened. I played my sets at 2 p.m., which went rather well. I made it all the way to winners finals of the pool, having to fight my friend Medusa to make it out. A 1-for-1 rematch of our pool at CEO. Or at least it would have been, had I not lost a nail-biter of a set. All of the sets I have recorded are up on YouTube as well, so you can check those with the link below, but this was a great set. This meant I would be playing from loser's side of top 24 tomorrow, which is unfortunate, but it'd be like that. After recording a few more sets on my phone, since my SD card filled up and I was in the process of moving said video clips to my laptop, I went and got some food and drink at Cooper Hawk before having to set up Smash 64. This time I got a margarita and the fish sandwich, my only meal since breakfast. And it was past 5, so I was very hungry. After consumption, I rushed to the side events area to prepare for Smash 64. I actually didn't have to do much. The Florida 64 guys came in clutch with more than enough setups. By the time 7 p.m. came, everyone in the bracket was there and we had a great bracket. Similar to what I said about Ultimate, the 64 and FGC crossover is still very impressive. I recognized a good amount of people from when I ran this game at CEOTaku last year, which was cool. I wasn't just running the event, I was also participating in it. I was coming in as the winner of last year, and though I wasn't able to replicate that success, I did manage to get third and snag myself a medal. All VODs for this game are up on the Florida 64's YouTube page, link below. After I packed up my stuff, I stopped by a local Cold Stone for a milkshake, and then headed back to my hotel, where nothing at all was wrong. At all.
Gamers. The light is not working anymore. I don't know why. I had it turned on when I left. I came back and the room was dark. I flipped the switch and it's still not working. So, I'm using my phone. Actually, there's a lamp in the corner. Okay, we got more light. Gamers were back.
I then partook in my milkshake and talked about the day and my hopes for the Lumina bracket tomorrow. After hyping myself up for the next day, I went to sleep. Finals day, Sunday, arrived, and I thought I felt pretty good. It was a few hours before 11 a.m. when I needed to be at the venue. After consuming breakfast, I rushed to the venue early to warm up before game time. When game time arrived, I was not playing too well, be it fatigue or trying to psych myself up, but I made a lot of mistakes and was rightfully outplayed in my first and only set of the day. Watching the footage at points kinda stings, since while playing I knew I was doing things wrong, but was not actually addressing it in my gameplay. I finished at 17th, which isn't what I was hoping for, but it was good to know that I still gotta work on my tourney nerves. While I gloomed out, I watched the rest of Top 24 and Top 8, and the Top 8 was a lot of fun to watch. Some good gameplay was had, and even the Top 8 award ceremony was fun. If you know, you know.
Yo, is that the Arkma vlog?
It is the Arkma vlog. Let me zoom it out. Yeah.
Yo, hold on. I gotta say, yo, shouts out to Arkma, bro. That's my dude. Hottest motherfucker in Melty right now. If y'all ain't watching, y'all sleeping on him.
After, I went to Cooper Hawk again for lunch, and this time I got the lobster bisque and a Caesar combo. Then, this whole ass Reese's cookie with ice cream. Man, the sugar destroyed me. It was very good though. Since Melty was the last proper thing I had planned, I vibed around and watched Undernight Top 8.
Alright, we are now live in the venue. We just left the Red Robin. We were originally going to go to the BJ's right next to it. Not the store, but a restaurant called that. But it had like a 2-hour wait time, so we went here instead, and I just had a drink because I already ate. But yeah, we been chilling, just leaving the venue, or not the venue, the restaurant.
Hey.
I would just like you to know I only got your lips in the shot when you did that. I'll keep that in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
This walk concluded my trip. I mean, I went to the venue first to use the bathroom, but after that, I headed back to my hotel room to close out the event. I made some final recordings in the hotel room about my thoughts, but I'll close it out here. CEOTaku was a heck of an event, but man, was I tired by the end of it. I'm still a bit worn out 2 weeks separate from the event, and a special narrator Arkma note, 4 weeks as of the recording of this. But that may have also been because work had me in a grip as soon as I was back home. I think TOing to events was a lot, so I may not do that again, but I'm happy to have ran both Ultimate and 64 and that they both ran well. I want to keep practicing for Melty since I know I can improve, and I'm excited to continue going to events. If you'd like to keep up with what's next, my last 2 major events of the year are First Attack at the end of October and Battle at the Border in November. That should conclude 2023 for me, but I'm also planning the next Ocean Front, and I'm already confirmed for Frosty Faustings. Thank you all for watching. This is a little ad-lib section at the end here. This took a lot longer than I was hoping for. I was really trying to gun it to get it within the first 2 weeks, but I got really anxious when recording the voice lines for it. I can get a little too anal about the whole thing, where even the slightest bit of awkwardness, I kind of build up inside of me, so then I feel it's a bit harder to finally get everything put into place. So there was like a little bit of a gap in between me like scripting and recording stuff and then mid-recording stuff. But I'm still really happy to have this all together now. And this was a lot of fun to make. I think the event itself went really well, and I hope you enjoyed it.